Good morning. Happy Monday. Here we are. It is January 10th, 2022. We're going to do some mediocre work this morning. We're going to cover the final weekend of the regular season of the NFL. Tale of two cities in reality. Some mega drama in the AFC. Not much in the NFC. And we'll talk about some of the coaching issues as well. So let's add it. Going top to bottom in the AFC. Working from my handy dandy notes in my handy dandy Java. Tennessee Titans will have the home field advantage in the AFC as they locked it up with a win yesterday. KC will be number 2. Buffalo won the division with a win, and they moved up to number 4 because Cincinnati decided they were going to rest Joe Burrow. So Cincinnati goes down to 4. Buffalo and Cincinnati basically switched. Raiders won a thrilling overtime game that they tried to give away several times to the Chargers. What an electric win. Very happy for Derek Carr and Rich Bisaccia, who I had written off, left for dead. They found a way. They won the last 4 to get in. They're pretty hot going down the stretch, so we'll see what they can do. We'll say this. Herbert had a hell of a game. Threw for like 380, 382, something like that. Hell of a game. So it's hard. It's hard not to like his future. I think the Chargers will be back, but they will come up short this year. There's a winner you're in. Came very close to being a tie, which would have put both of them in and would have screwed Pittsburgh. More on that in a second. New England lost to Miami, so they slid down to the number 6 seed. Raiders got number 5 by getting in on the last night. Steelers won in Baltimore in a slugfest. So they got in. So the Steelers needed a couple things. Number one, they needed to make sure that the Chargers Las Vegas game in Vegas was not a tie. A tie would have put both of them in. And they needed a loss by Indianapolis. Indy gave them that loss catastrophically, losing. They weren't even in the game against Jacksonville. They got pretty crushed. So they got the help from Jacksonville beating Indianapolis, and then certainly the Raiders beat the Chargers in overtime. And it did look they won at the last at the gun. So with a field goal, a missed field goal, or if they'd have just sat on the ball or just not been able to get into field goal range, that'd have been a tie, and you would have had the Raiders 6 and the Chargers 6 and the Raiders 7 filling it out, and you'd have seen the Patriots stay up at 5. So there was a lot of jockeying for position, a lot of drama. Should be an interesting playoff atmosphere. You're going to have the Steelers going to KC. You're going to have New England going to Buffalo. You're going to have the Raiders going to Cincy. There's some pretty interesting matchups there. Let me go into some notes. Baltimore lost their last 6 in a row. They don't look very good. Harbs is safe. He shouldn't be, but he's got the track record. He's going to stick around. I have no qualms about saying that there's no way that the owner's going to fire him with the track record that he has. Indianapolis choked in a catastrophic way. They weren't even, like I said, they weren't even in the game. But I don't think there'll be a firing there. Coaches that are already out. Vic Fangio was already out because they played on Saturday. So Sunday was their de facto Black Monday. So Fangio is already out. I'm not even going to go into who they're suggesting is going to come in for these guys because it's like let the body get cold first. Likely out will be the interim in Jacksonville. They know they're going to replace him. Um, but the shoulds but won't list is pretty long. The Jets, I don't think, are going to get rid of Robert Saleh. I think he gets more time. Culley in Houston is going to get more time, but specifically because they like the offensive coordinator there. They also know a ton of drama, and they played well down the stretch. Cleveland, Stefanski probably doesn't deserve any more time, but he's going to get some, and I think he's also going to get a bonus of getting another quarterback. I think they're going to make a quarterback change before they make a head coaching change in Cleveland. And again, like I said, Baltimore with the Ravens, Harbaugh's got a track record there, so there's no way they're going to get rid of him. One I advocated for 5-6 weeks ago was Bisaccia in Vegas. I'm going to eat some humble pie on that one. They won four in a row down the stretch. I saw leadership issues there. He quickly circled the wagons. He provided some good leadership. They're dangling Harbaugh out there. I think Harbaugh's agents are creating the rumors so that they can get some leverage against Michigan. I don't think he's actually interested in Vegas. He's like the girl that gets around and everybody likes her and she's really flirty and she never goes out with any of the dudes. She just wants a better deal from the dude she's already with. That's pretty nasty, pretty dirty, and I don't really like the way that's done. And it's been pretty obvious for a long time that that's what he does. And then miraculously he'll get an extension. Considering he's only beat Ohio State once. I think Bisaccia is as good as they're going to get in Vegas. I think that the players believe in him. They're playing very well down the stretch. They've gotten into the playoffs for only the second time in the last 20 years. I say you keep them. Take the interim tag off of there. Don't bring in some celebrity coach who may or may not rub the players the wrong way. You got a good mix. Don't mess with it. That's what I would say. NFC. Much different. The last drama that the NFC was going to see was, would San Francisco get in? They needed to beat the LA Rams to get in. And they did. They beat them late. I believe that was an overtime game also. Yeah, it was an overtime game. So San Fran gets in. They get the 6 seed. Eagles got the 7. LA Rams in losing moved down to the 4. So now we have the Packers. They lost a meaningless game to Detroit. They played Jordan Love the last 2 or 3 quarters. They still almost won. Tampa in 2. Tom Brady looked really good in his final tune-up before the playoffs. Dallas is 3rd. Rams 4th. Arizona 5th. San Fran 6th. Eagles 7th. New Orleans did win, but they needed the Rams to beat the 49ers for New Orleans to sneak in. But 9-8 in a year with the injuries that they've had, it's a pretty good job by the coaching staff there in New Orleans. Likely out. It's looking like Nagy will be out in Chicago. They're looking for more of an authority figure, I think. Nagy's pretty soft. Judge in New York with the Giants, I think, and Gettleman should be gone too, but we'll see what happens there. Zimmer in Minnesota. Okay, whether he, wants to see the backup or not. What a stupid joke. He just hasn't gotten the job done. He's got a pretty good roster, and he keeps underwhelming from year to year. It's time for a change in Minnesota as well. Um, there's differing opinions on whether the Matt Rule experiment is going to be over in Carolina. There are people saying as long as Rule brings in a rock star offensive coordinator, that he'll be able to keep his job. Interesting thing is he had Joe Brady, who is a pretty good offensive mind. Fired him early in the season, in the first half of the season. I'm not sure that's the answer. I would give him more time if I'm an owner. Okay, Christian McCaffrey can't stay on the field. He's had middling quarterback talent from the time he started there. However, the reason why I think he is likely out, and I'm going to cling to this, is that Tepper, the owner, is a hedge fund guy. And he's run his mouth a little bit that he's pretty pissed off about the Carolina Panthers as far as the management of the organization. So he pulls levers quickly. He's trigger happy. I have a feeling that he's gonna take him out. That's a gut instinct. I would keep him. I'd give him another year on a shorter leash. I would indeed want a better offensive coordinator. But you've got to resolve the running back situation. McCaffrey's getting hurt way too much. Something's wrong there. Maybe he needs to be a running back instead of trying to make him a receiver. Maybe pull the play sheet back a little bit. Maybe I'm not sure if that does it. But you just never know. I mean, look what happened to Saquon Barkley. He got hurt too, primarily as a running back. So you want them to have the attribute of being able to catch the ball out of the backfield, but probably not the majority of the time, right? Bubble screens, stuff like that. That's usually okay. So we'll see in that particular situation, but we're looking at having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as many as 6, possibly 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it could be as many 8 or 9. Could be 6. Could be 8 or 9 open jobs. That again, I'll say this for Bisaccia in Las Vegas. You got 8 or 9 openings. If we get to 8 or 9 openings, the chances of the Raiders getting a top-notch person to with a winning pedigree in to succeed Bisaccia are not good. Okay, so I think your best deal there is to keep Rich Bisaccia, but we'll see what they do. Okay, they've got a reasonably good defensive coordinator. I'm not enthralled with the break, with the bend, and then hope we don't break mentality. I mean, that's what they did all night last night. They gave up 380 passing yards. Dink and dunk can still kill you. Cuts, whether they be 1,000 small cuts or a big gash, can both kill you. You can still bleed out. Better idea, pressure. You know, 60 minutes of hell, perhaps. I don't know. Just an idea. On offense, they can tend to be predictable. Not as enthralled with Olsen, but that's Carr's guy. So you leave Bizzacci, you probably got to leave Olsen. And you're certainly not going to get rid of the defensive coordinator either. So Gus Bradley. So I think you probably keep the whole group. Ride or die with them. But now they're a playoff team. That makes a big difference. Hard to fire a guy that gets into the playoffs. My opinion. So love to hear what you guys think. We'll see what happens officially on this Black Monday. Who actually gets it in the neck? Who doesn't? I think at least 4 or 5, maybe 6. As many as 8 or 9 would be amazing. And the one thing I didn't do was go through, who's going to be playing next weekend. As far as what the as you can probably figure it out. But you got the Eagles going to Tampa, you got San Fran going to Dallas, and you've got Arizona going to LA to play the Rams. Pretty good matchups there too. Interesting stuff with the coaching carousel, and we'll jump on that later in the week. I think maybe on Friday. We'll see. Couldn't get in Wednesday or Friday. It's pretty sick. Still verklempt, but I had to get in here on Black Monday, so it's dedication for you. Have yourself a fantastical Monday. Hope you have fun. Hope you make it productive. But what I will say before all that happens is I need you to like, comment, subscribe, hit the ringy dingy, say all, and then spread this video far and wide. Sharing is caring, and I need all the caring that I can get. Let's build a community. I'd greatly appreciate it. Have yourself a great Monday, guys. Peace out, me homies. See ya.